How's everybody doing? So, someone sent me an email and they wanted to know if I had just one thing, one piece of advice that I would share with young people today. What would it be? And this is what I would share. If you are young, take your time to get to know who you are. Allow yourself to grow into the person whom you want to be and whom you will become before getting in any serious relationship with anyone. It's more difficult to be in a relationship with someone and not know who you are. You don't know who you are, and then you start growing into someone who might not even like the person you're dealing with. As women, we tend to deal with the familiar, right? So if we end up having relationships with a guy, we tend to feel that's comfortable. And we'll stay there even if it's to our detriment. Because we feel like he knows our body. We feel comfortable opening up to him sexually because we have in the past. And we kind of stick with that. Even if he's not the type, he's not the type. Men, on the other hand, you're still searching for yourself, trying to figure it out. I think, you need to search some man's advice on that. I do not presume to be able to give a man some advice on how to be a man. But I can only just tell you that you need to allow yourself to become the person, that you're going to be or that you want to be. And although I'm not sure if you men have this urge to be in relationships. That's why I say seek out other manly advice. But from a person's advice. As far as, figuring out who you are, who you want to be, and how you plan on getting there. That is across the board for both sexes. Stay out of relationships. I ended up getting married at an early age. And if I had to do it again, which someone did ask me, they was like, if you had to get married again, if you had it to do again, would you get married at an early age? And I honestly have to say that I would have to do things the way I've done them. And the reason is because I have children, I have a family, right? I wouldn't, for not even a life of me, change anything that could change who they are. You know what I mean? Like, suppose I hadn't got married to my husband at that time, we probably would have never got married. That means the two sons that I have, they wouldn't exist. I would probably have other children by somebody else. There'll just be other kids maybe that I would love. Most definitely I would love, right? But I'm telling you that I love my sons, my family so much that I wouldn't make one change, not about not nothing, because I love them. But if I was able to make changes that would still allow me to have the family that I have today, then I wouldn't have gotten married that early. And my need to get married, right, was a desire. Me ended up marrying my husband. It really wasn't about me loving him. It was about a desire to be in a relationship and to start a family. I say that now, right? I'm able to say that now because it's my honest opinion. It's just the way it is. If I look back, I didn't really know my husband. We got married. We didn't know each other 6 months from the time we met to the time we was married. It wasn't even over a 6 months span of time. I wouldn't recommend that. But maybe it gave us a little edge as well, right? Gave us a little edge to where once we settled down, matured enough to where it was time for us to say, okay, let's get to know each other. And we started, you know, to getting to know each other about 10 years into the marriage. That's not a good thing. If it wasn't for us being on autopilot through the parenting, I don't think me and my husband would still be together. That was a long period of autopilot. Autopilot mean we woke up, did the same things every day. The goal was to make sure the family okay, make sure the kids are okay, to make sure that the kids are okay. We put our kids as a priority above anything that me and my husband may have been going through at the time. It didn't really, although it mattered, it wasn't the forefront. There was times when I said I was going to leave. I was leaving. And then I had to sit back and say, how would that affect my children? I have 2 boys. How would that affect the children? Not only that, but I even thought about how would that affect my husband, right? Because our situation, I think, because of the type of person I am, like even throughout me realizing or, coming to the conclusion that my husband wasn't the guy for me, even throughout that, I never had one iota of hatred for him, and I wouldn't have wanted to hurt him. So I remember at some point in our marriage, I was pulling away from him. I didn't want to do it like blatantly just leave and be gone. But at some point I was pulling away. I was gently pulling away. I would even have discussions with him like, look, we're gonna get this divorce, but we still, I'll still be in your life. We could still live together, but we're gonna get this divorce. Like, oh man, it was my husband. If it wasn't for the type of person I am, we wouldn't be together. No, we wouldn't be together. I was pulling away. I'm one of them females who, when I broke up with a guy, I would go and tell him, hey baby, you the best. It's not you. It's really me. I was willing to take all the blame. And it worked. It generally worked for me. I'm going to be honest. That's the type of person I was. I would break up with guys, and in order for it to be okay, I would tell him how great he is. Because he may have been a great person, just wasn't great for me. It wasn't the person for me. So I would go and tell him, it's not you. I think you deserve more. I think you deserve a person who's willing to give you more. And it's not me, Anyway, I hope you all enjoy your day. And I hope you enjoy. Make sure you thumbs up. Because, man, I tell you, if you don't listen to what I got to say, if you don't like what I say, thumb it down. Don't act like you wasn't never here. Anyway, you all have a good day.